could NIO hit $13 in 2024? Well, according to a Morgan Stanley analyst, that answer is a resounding yes, because he's calling for a price of $10 to $13 for this time next year, which would mark a 188% increase over today's share price of $4.50. And I just wanted to make a video doing a little bit of a deeper dive into NIO, see how reasonable this is, see what his reasons are for such a high price target, and if it's realistic for 2024. So even given Tesla's recent quarter where they saw sales decline globally, the Chinese market is still heating up, and the Morgan Stanley analyst projecting this massive increase is saying his reason for his massive price projection is that EVs are still taking up more and more market share in China, and now that their interest rates are as low as they have been in a long time, the EV competition and demand in China is really heating up and is just absolutely unmatched. For instance, EVs now take up more than 1/3 of new cars sold in China. It's 34% for 66% market share for ICE cars now. And that number is steadily declining, and the proportion of EVs being sold is steadily increasing. So those graphs look really good. And the analyst also believes that NIO's 2024 lineup is going to be as competitive as ever, especially with their battery as a service program, offering sort of a differentiator among competitors. And how the service works is basically you buy a car without a battery, and then you pay a monthly subscription to access different size battery packs. And how successful the service will be, nobody knows. NIO has invested very, very large amounts of money in the infrastructure for the battery charging and swapping. And the charging has turned profitable for NIO, but the battery swapping is still not profitable at this time. And I mean, going back to how likely is it that NIO could hit the $10 or $13 mark by 2025, end of 2024? Well, I would say it's possible, but not very likely given their current growth rate, because at a 10% annual growth rate and an industry average price to sales ratio of 1.24, I mean, NIO wouldn't hit a share price of $10 until sometime in 2029 at the current growth rate. Now, of course, there is a possibility that NIO will grow faster than that, and it is likely it will grow faster than that, especially if their sub-brands do well and their battery swapping service becomes profitable. And honestly, I have no doubt that at the current growth rate, they will hit the $10 to $13 mark at some point. I'm just not certain that's going to happen by 2025. I'm aiming more towards 2029 if that's going to happen at all.